Hi everyone, how's it going? I hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world. Today it's a little bit miserable outside, so raining and so forth, so I thought what better time to go and film a video. Plus my two kids are at school and hubby is at work. I am a major eyeshadow junkie, addict, collector, I'll admit it. I got into makeup, especially eyeshadow, which is my favourite, quite late in the game. Yeah, I know, I don't look a day over 25. So when I did, I just went crazy. And just over 2 years I have accumulated a fair amount of palettes. Quite shamefully, I have counted them and there is around 70, and that doesn't include the smaller sort of trio, quad, anything sort of under 6 pan, I guess, eyeshadows that I have. I have given most of these a fair good usage. I've refused to buy any more until I do this declutter, as it's just, yeah, it's getting a little bit crazy, and obviously one person with 2 eyes does not need this amount of makeup, eyeshadow. And there are definitely some in there that need to go, as they're not being used and they're not bringing me any enjoyment. And they could find a good, loving home somewhere else. As to what I'm going to do with them, I do have an 11-year-old daughter. Yeah, she's definitely too young for full-on makeup looks and things, especially outside of the house. But definitely with some of the more inexpensive eyeshadows, I can put those aside for her to play with, which I think she'll love, and put my family and friends decide if they want any of them. And then for the ones that are more on the higher end that have been barely used, I will put those up on Trade Me, which is like a New Zealand eBay site. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this collection. I don't know how long it's going to be. Hopefully I don't waffle too much. Please scream at me to shut up if I am and it's getting annoying, but I do hope you enjoy this. These are obviously my views and what I find works for me. What works for me may be different for what works for you, and that's fine. We're all different, and what a boring world if we weren't. So yeah, get yourselves a snack, a drink, bourbon and coke, yuck, whatever tickles your fancy, and sit back and enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so here are all of my smaller palettes, and not all of these are 6 pans or less, but just the smaller ones that all sort of fit together. A couple more over here, just boxes that I took them out. I am one of those weirdos that do keep a lot of my palettes still inside their boxes. That one's still in its box, but I'll get to that. And I have my drink here. Check out my groovy cup. And I have wipes, as I might need to swatch a few just to see if I need to keep them or not, and to maybe compare some of the colours with the other ones I have in my collection. So yeah, let's just get started. We'll start with this one. This one here is a little mini Tarte Z-Light magnetic palette. This just has depotted a couple of the Colourpop palettes that I owned. These are just the shimmers from, I think, the She palette, the I Think I Love You, and there was, I think, another one. Well, it looks to me like they're just from the She and I Think I Love You. They should be Oh, the Yes Please. That was the other one, because that was white packaging and just got too grotty. So yeah, those are just shimmers from that. Don't get a lot of use out of that, but I'm not getting rid of it. This little guy is the Naked 2 Basics palette. Okay, this is going to be really tricky trying to open with one hand. Yes, I'm using my teeth. Got it. I don't recommend that. It's probably not good. I think I just chipped my nail too, and my lipstick's coming off. But yeah, there's the Naked Basics 2. Just a good, I like this little guy. Just a good neutral colours. I usually grab this when I just want to chuck something real quick on the eyes. 5-minute look to go out the door with. Yeah, and it's a cute little palette. Let's do the hooded ones next. So I have 3 of those, the Coral Obsessions. That's what that one looks like. Beautiful colours. To me it's quite comparable to the Yes Please palette, which it's got a few less shimmers. It's got more mattes in it, this palette. Yeah, it's a great little guy. I do like those warm tones. And the Gemstones, which is all beautiful dual tone metallics. That blue down there is amazing. I'll just swatch that one for you. Yeah, that's a bluey purple colour. That's what that one looks like. Yeah, it's gorgeous, not going anywhere. And lastly, the third one I own is the Mauve to you Americans, Mauve to us New Zealanders. This is one of the more recent palettes in my collection. And yeah, I'm enjoying that when I want to wear mauvey tones, which I do like. I do like my cool tones, and I've been liking them a lot lately. Next we have this little guy here, which is the Tartlet Tease, and it looks like that. Very pretty. I bought this at the same time I bought the Tartlet in Bloom, which I also have and will show in the collection. I do really like the mattes in those two palettes. The metallic-y sort of shimmery colours are a little more lackluster to me. I actually prefer the real more blingy, full shine metallic and glittery shades. But yeah, it's another one like the Naked Basics 2 that I will pull out and use if I'm just on the run to do a quick look with. So it's that one. The infamous Comfort Zone. Don't really need to talk about that one too much. I didn't get the newer version because I heard that a lot of people were saying that they preferred the older tried and true version. I love this, especially the definer, that blue-brown shade that everyone loves, and this green up here. Such a great affordable palette. Wet n Wild do some amazing, and I have another couple of Wet n Wilds. So I have this one, which is another good little throw-on eyeshadow trio, Walking on Eggshells. Yep, love that one. One I am getting rid of though is this one here, She Fancies Floral. I bought this one early on, as I did with the other two Wet n Wild palettes early on in my collection, and bought it for the purple. Since then I've got a lot more purples in my collection and just don't need that one. So that's the first one that is going away. This is where I'm going to put my decluttered palettes for now. That's the first one that's going away. Okay, next one. These are two more recent palettes that I picked up as well. This is the Colourpop, Bretman times Colourpop collaboration. This is the Lit palette. Just some pretty warm tone shades in there. I've used this once, I think, so far, so yeah, need to get more use out of it. So far, so good. Colourpop just never really failed to impress. I think, in actual fact, they are getting even better with their formulas, and they're so inexpensive that, yeah, you just can't complain. And this is the Wet, which is also a real fun palette, and I just enjoy those blues and teal shades and silver. I love to pair those kind of colours together, so this was definitely a must-have. I picked up Lit with Wet together just because it was cheaper. But out of the two, I think this one, I prefer this one. This little guy here, a Revlon Colour Stay in Serene. Again, this one I bought pretty early on. Really enjoyed it for this very light, these, sorry if you can hear the rain, it's starting to rain harder again. Bit of light blue for the inner corner and things like that. It was just really good. But these are quite chalky. And this shade here is kind of like a denim-y blue. And I really like that along my lower lash line. I've got brown eyes, so I do like to wear blues and greens and things. Blue in particular. I love blue. Blue's definitely my favourite colour. Which I think you'd be getting by now from this and the Wet palette. But this one I don't need anymore, as I have another navy in my collection now, which we'll get to, and I certainly have the pale blue that I can use as well. So that's another one that's going to be put in a declutter pile. This is I have one Milani. This one I found was okay, maybe not the longest lasting eyeshadow. But this is the Smoky Obsessions. That is probably the navy that I'm referring to that has replaced that other one. So yeah, this is relatively new, and so far I'm enjoying it, and I'll kick that. Not much more really to say. It's not the best palette in the world, but not the worst, and it has a use if I want that smoky look. This is the CoverGirl True Naked Goldens. It's a really good drugstore palette. Actually one of the first drugstore palettes I think I bought a few years back. It's really, really nice. It's got some beautiful golden tones, and there's a bronze there, and sort of the more greeny golds going on that I really, really like from this. But I have since got colours like this in my collection, and I find with this one, I've pulled it out to give it another go not so long ago, that it just, yeah, not unlike the Milani one, it just doesn't stay very long on the eyes. So, you know, you might get about 4 hours of wear out of these palettes, well, at least for me anyway. And I need them to last throughout my working day. This one is going to be passed along. I have this one, which is the NYX Avant Pop and Surreal My Heart. I wanted this one really badly and managed to find it online overseas. NYX isn't actually that easy to get a lot of the time in New Zealand. Well, at least it is, but it's actually really expensive here. So I got this a bit cheaper by buying it overseas, but it still was rather expensive. And I just like the green, the blue, the yellow, that apricot-y shade, the pink. I liked all the colours in here, even the grey, and I just thought this would be a lot of fun. But unfortunately this was a major disappointment for me. I just found that the colours just, the mattes just dusted away to nothing. The shimmers were really patchy, and it just didn't last on my eyes. So this has definitely got to go. This is definitely a palette I would say is shit. If it works for you, that's great. No. So she's gone. Next I have this little, I have a couple of just two of the Too Faced ones. I have the little, what are they, 9 pans? Yep, 9 pans. So this is the Totally Cute palette. Came with stickers. Obviously, I didn't think it was too cheesy or too kiddish for me to want to go and stick stickers on. Yeah, this is a cool little palette actually. I quite like this one. The mattes in here are really good. I think the 2 shades down here, maybe not as great, but I do love these greens, especially this Clover, and that's like the one in the Comfort Zone palette. It's a changing green-blue colour, and Shooting Star's pretty. And you've got the base shades there, Bunny Fufu, Chocolate Donut, both really nice shades. So yeah, keeping that one. I like that one a lot. This one, on the other hand, the Sugar Pop. I was so excited. Oh gosh, I've put a big fingernail mark in that one. I was so excited to get this palette. And yes, the packaging was part of the reason. It's just so adorable and cute. But yeah, I was looking forward to playing with that blue raspberry colour the most. And this one it's just really subpar. It's just not good at all. I think the only shade I found that was any good, I mean, this one here these are meant to be a matte, but these have got a lot of like glitter in them, and they're very, very, I found them very, I think this one was very, very dry, and just again just dusts away to nothing. But I think the only one that was any good, I found decent, was this Malted Milk Ball, which I did find was a lovely colour. But you know, I have that colour at least 2 or 3 times over in other palettes, so I'm not going to keep it. That's what that one swatches like. Yeah, it is pretty, but you know, it's a brown. I'm not going to keep this palette, excuse me, just get a wipe just for that one shade there. So that one is, as much as that packaging is so cute, it just pisses me off. It sucks, it's quality wise, so that's going. Next I have another one of my more recent. Yes, I know I said I'm not buying any more eyeshadow, but these I bought like last month, and I bought quite a few last month, and then I was like, okay, you know, stop it. So this is the It's My Pleasure. This palette is gorgeous. Lovely purples and pinks going on in there. Favourite shade, standout for me, is definitely this one, Mr. Sandman. And I think I would pay $12 literally just for that shade. It is gorgeous. Look at the sparkle on that. It's so pretty. Gorgeous palette, enjoying that so far. So that's a definite keep. Next up we have this Chi Chi Mattes palette. This one's got quite a unique set of colours going on in it. Mostly a cool tone sort of matte palette really, which I really enjoy. And this had its time for me when I first purchased it. This was another one I bought early on. Some cool shades in this. If this was better quality, I'd definitely be holding on to it. I love the colour story in this. This works great when you put it on. There's nothing wrong with it. Honestly, Chi Chi's not actually that cheaper brand here in New Zealand, and it's quite a good brand. And I think I see they've got a lot of newer eyeshadow palettes coming from this, and people do enjoy them, and I'd recommend them. I think I could dupe all these colours and other eyeshadow palettes I have, and a higher end that have better quality. So this one is going to go. Alright, this one hurts. This is my one and only Viseart or Viseart palette that I own. The Tris palette, and I chose this believing that I would really enjoy. I'm not going to be able to open this, am I? So I will just, goodness, come on, open. So that's the Tris palette there. I think the mattes, I was impressed with the matte formula. I can see why the matte formula in Viseart is so popular. And if I were to buy, I don't think I would buy another Viseart, but if I was, I would probably buy one of their matte palettes. They're, I would call these more satiny sort of shimmery shades. They're not high punchy sort of shades, so they didn't really do anything for me. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, and there's only 3 mattes in here. This colour here, I don't really like these darker chocolatey. I like my darker browns to be more on the cooler tone side of the spectrum. So yeah, this one is gonna probably go on Trade Me. It needs to go. I gave it, believe me, I gave it second, third chance, and I couldn't get along with it. So that one's going in the declutter. Well, it looks like I'm decluttering nearly just about as many as I am keeping. Not quite. It was worth a try, Kelly. These two here. These are the ones. This one here is a L'Oreal Paris Smoky Eye, Sultry Seductress, this one's called. I won't open that because it's a, actually I will, because the reason I was keeping this was literally for one shade in here. It wasn't that good, but I did find that this shade up here, which did shatter a bit, and I did had to repress because I dropped it, is another sort of gorgeous pewter, taupey, mauvey sort of mixed shade, and I do love those shades. And it looks like, I don't know if that gives it much justice, but that's that shade. It's a nice cool tone all over the lid sort of shimmer. I don't know if I want to get rid of this one just yet. I need to see if I can find something that is comparable to that shade, and then I know I can get rid of it if I can. But we'll put that, we'll start a maybe pile, and we'll put that in the maybe pile just over here. And this one here is, this is really, really, really old, like 20, look at the label on the back, for goodness sake. This is the colours of, well, Australis. I guess they just call it Australis now, and they do have a really good drugstore makeup range, Australis. I don't need to open it. So there's just a base shade there, which you can see I hit pan on, a lighter brown and a deeper brown. There's a nice little warm tone trio. The story about this is this was the only eyeshadow I owned for like 20 years before I had any inclination for eyeshadow, and I literally used to use the little sponge on my finger and just dab into it and put it on my eyes if I was just for special occasions going out, if I could be bothered. Otherwise I didn't actually wear eyeshadow, it was just mascara. So yeah, that's that. And that guy's not going because he's just going to be hanging around for sentimental reasons. But yeah, rather shameful. Like, I was still putting this on my eyes when I was potentially about 15 to 20, I don't even know, years old. But yeah, obviously it served me well. I can't guarantee my looks were very good. I probably looked like a beaten up panda bear, but hey, that one is staying. Then we have just 2 more here, and then I'm going to take a break before I film the next lot, the big lot. This is a mixture, I think, of eyeshadows that I don't use very often. These came, I'm just trying to remember, sorry. These came from a couple of Zoeva palettes that I used to own. We have Retro Future and, oh, that's a Makeup Geek Stealth, which I put in there, grey. Now I can't remember the name of the other one. I don't know if I kept anything from that palette. But yeah, anyway, I don't know whether I need to really keep any of these. I'm going to put this in the maybe, maybe move them around if I can be asked, or I'll just hold on to it for now. Yeah, we'll see. I just don't know with that one. There's the Natasha Denona. This is my only small Natasha Denona. Aries, that's what it's called. It was a holiday 2017 or 16 or something. Palette. I'll just put my fingernail in that blue. Brilliant. Yes, this is a great palette if you know how to use it properly. Wasn't too impressed with it when I first got it. These are like a cream, one of your newer sort of cream formulas, and they don't show up as sort of vibrant on the lid. So I'd use this one and this one and this one as lid shades. Oh, and this one. And there's just the one matte, which is brilliant. That matte's absolutely gorgeous. I do love these orangey tones. I find these are better used as more like toppers with a similar sort of colour, like the blue underneath and then that on top. But yeah, it is beautiful. You'll see my other Natasha Denona palette later on. I'm not going to give that away what it is yet. Too many spoilers. But yeah, I do like this guy, and as I said, as a topper. But yeah, it's a beautiful palette, and it cost me a lot of money, so I'm not going to get rid of it. Yeah, now I'm going to have a wee break, and I will come back shortly with my larger palettes. Okay, so hopefully you can't hear that. Oh gosh, I can hear it, so you probably can. The noise next door. Nice saw or whatever they're using over there. It's lovely sound. So we will film on anyway. So here is the rest of my eyeshadow collection that we need to go through. Those two boxes from the small lot of palettes I had now fit into one. And there's my declutter pile. Right up the end. I've still got my two maybes sitting over here that we'll get to as well. These are single eyeshadows that I own. I don't have too many. A few Colourpop ones there. These two here, Wet n Wild little glitter ones. Didn't realise when I got these. These were only a couple of dollars. They weren't very expensive, so I thought I'd pick them up and check them out. I think they're only recommended for the body. I don't know if I'll ever use them, but I haven't had them long, so I'll hold on to those for now. Holding on to my Colourpop ones. This is quite beautiful. This one here, Australis. It's an Australis Metallics in Guns N' Rose petals. Yeah, I love that one. This is just a 24-hour colour tattoo blue that I like to use sometimes as a base. This is this must be a gel eyeliner that I hardly ever use, but I've got one if I need it. Got some NYX coloured glitter here. This one is a Megalass liquid. I'm reading it upside down, of course, I know. Catsuit, must be a Wet n Wild. I think if I was going to get rid of any of them, I think it would be this one. I think I just found it to be too sort of runny, and it didn't stay. And then I have a Colourpop clear. I'll hold on to all those for now, because why not? They're not taking up much room. Okay, so moving on, I'll start with this one, which is definitely getting rid of. This cost like $2. It's just in LA colours. It's got a little brush and those stupid little sponge brushes I might as well get rid of. This is going to be decluttered. I bought this early on just to sort of play around with some colours to see what I liked and what I didn't like. It's good for what it is, but I think my daughter will have some fun playing with that one. So this one here isn't technically an eyeshadow palette, it's a blush palette, Makeup Revolution, but I use it as, I use this white, this pink, these nice lighter colours. I use them as in a corner. I find them really good for in a corner. sort of highlights. I did find that the bronzers and stuff, these are more shimmery, not really my thing. Were actually a bit too dark for me in this palette, but yeah, I keep it for the inner corner highlights. I'll hold on to it for now. Okay, next we have the Balm Matrimony. I really liked this palette when I got it. The colour scheme especially, and that it's all matte. I don't know if I need this anymore. This is a hard one, actually. I did find last time I used it, I wasn't as impressed as I was with it before. I find the formula's actually, it feels nice enough. Swatching them now. And they look okay. There's some nice cool tones in this one. I do like that matte bossy shade, I think it is. It's a cool, yeah, taupey shade. Oh, I don't know. I'll put this one in the maybe. I'll come back to it. Okay, this one though, this one's definitely going to go. I didn't even buy this one new. I got it in second hand to see if I liked it. And don't use those horrible lip product things down the bottom there. This just didn't work at all for me. I think the only colour I liked was this one. Again, the sort of taupey pewter shade. It does have, and I think this is quite old, it does have a bit of a smell to it. Maybe that's why the shadows haven't really worked too well. Quite an odd sort of colour scheme going on there. It's not a bad one. I mean, there's a ton of browns going on in there. And some nice sort of tealy greeny blue shade there. It's actually quite nice. But I don't use it, and I think it's expired and probably is one that just needs to go in the bin. So that will go in the bin. But that's a Declutter. Okay, next we have In the Palm of Your Hand, Volume 2, which is a bit of a mixed palette. We've got eyeshadows going on up here, these 4. I bought this mostly for the bronzer, which I really like, Bahama Mama. I've used that quite a bit. And these blushes, the balm blushes are beautiful. I really